Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Digital Energy Festival for this special session on offshore opportunities in Senegal. Please note that this session is not live and there are no Q&A options for this session. We're here today with Joseph Medou, who is the Exploration and Production Director for Petrosen. Joseph graduated from the University of Dakar, and he then went to work for Tullow before joining Petrosen in 1996. And we're really delighted to have him here today. Joseph, how are you today?
Fine, Sam. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share what's happened in Senegal to the audience.
Great. We're really happy to have you. Obviously, we've worked with you a lot on our MSGBC event in Dakar, but things are a little bit different, obviously, and we're having to be a little bit more inventive with how we connect to our network. So thank you for joining us on this webinar. First of all, as I said, the world is going through quite a difficult situation. Could you give us a little bit of an update on the situation in Senegal?
Yeah, here you're right. We do have COVID-19 since the beginning of the year, but presently we have less cases. So it means that our government and our health authority are trying to fight the COVID-19, and also the population is trying to do his best to stay safe. So we have less cases now presently. Since 2 weeks, I think we really have less than 30 cases a day, which is okay. I hope that it will be good. Yeah.
That's good to hear. And in terms of how it's impacting the industry, I know that you are running currently your first offshore licensing round. Obviously, difficult timing for that, but could you give us a bit of an update on how the licensing round is going?
Yes, as you know, we have launched the licensing round in November 2019. So we have done some few roadshows, one in Dakar during the MSGBC, second one in London on February, and the last one was in Houston I think it was in 25 February. And we were asking companies that are interested to submit a letter of interest to the Minister of Petroleum and Energy. And we do have about 15 companies that expressed their interest on the licensing round. Fortunately, due to the restriction to travel, they were not able to come to Dakar for the data room to be able to put a formal application. Which was previously planned at the end of July. So the Ministry of Petroleum and Energy extend the deadline to end of September, but now it's extended to 15 December. So it's to give company time, if it's possible, to come for a data room here in Dakar. To go through the data and make their own opinion in the potential of the offshore. But what we are looking also to try to set up a virtual data room that will allow companies that cannot come to Senegal to get through the virtual data room and be able to submit by mid-December.
That's really interesting. It's a very innovative use of technology. I think everyone in this current situation has had to adapt, and it's good to see that you're thinking of new things like the virtual data room, and yeah, I hope that it's a huge success.
Hope so.
I think a lot of people have talked about Senegal and the MSGBC region as a really exciting place to be right now. What do you think makes Senegal such an exciting play for E&P companies? What are the positive things that you're trying to push about the region?
Yeah, we have, it will be, I will highlight two things. The first one is about the potential that we have here in Senegal. As you know, we have made big gas discovery, and we have also oil discoveries, Sangomar discoveries, Fan discoveries. And in the northern part, we have the GTA discovery, which we share with the Mauritanian, and also Yakar Teranga discovery. That those discovery done from 2014 to 2018, they really show to the industries that our base petroleum system is a working petroleum system, and it can generate hydrocarbon even if it is gas and or oil. But due to the big reserves that we have found, now we think that our offshore part of the Senegal basin is really a proven basin. And we are working with the company to explore more, to make more discoveries.
Fantastic. And obviously, you mentioned, the virtual data room, and that's one change that you've had to do because of COVID. Obviously, it's had a major effect on the industry. But besides thinking about new technology applications, is there any other ways that Petrosen has had to, handle this difficult situation and make any changes?
Yeah, we are working with the support of the ministry and the other ministry of that are involved in oil and gas here. We are working together to, and also with the company to try to mitigate the impact of the COVID-19 on the oil and gas project. Exploration is less impacted. Development of the Sangomar and GTA project are more or less impacted, but only the GTA project has been impacted because we planned the first gas in 2022, but now we were obliged to delay it due to the COVID-19 to 2023. But for the Sangomar project, we do not expect a delay, so we are skipping on the schedule, and we hope that we will have the first oil by as planned in mid 2023.
Great. And when you deal with delays like this, have you been in constant contact with the operators? Would you say that there's a good communication there? There's obviously a lot of people at play with these projects, the operators, the JV partners, but also the supply chain. So how do you kind of manage those delays when you're having to deal with so many different companies?
Yeah, what we were obliged to do is, first of all, we work between the JV member, find an agreement, and after seek the support of the state, and after discuss with the service provider to try to work on a new plan or to try to work on mitigation plan. And I think it's worked very well for both projects, even for Sangomar and for GTA. We managed to work closely with the contractor to try to rephase or to reschedule all the component of the project that was impacted. And I think on behalf of the party and Petrosen team, we really thank the operator as BP and Woodside also by engaging, I think, every day with the contractor to try to solve the problem due to COVID-19.
Absolutely. I think from my experience in the MSGBC region, it seems like a very tight-knit community to some extent, and all the project teams seem to be working together very well. Similarly, we've met some of your counterparts at the other NOCs. Have you been in touch with them at all to talk about a bit of a regional plan towards recovery or anything like that? Obviously, you work closely with Mauritania, but also the other countries in the region.
Yeah, you're right. With the Mauritanian, it's quite a daily engagement with them because we share one of the big gas projects. But we are also in touch mainly with the Gambian, which we exchange ideas, we exchange, we really exchange on how to, for example, to manage the COVID-19, especially in terms of exploration, because they are not in development phase now, but it's mainly we discuss, exchange ideas mainly on how to deal with the COVID-19 in the exploration phase. Yeah.
Sure. And what would you say, as an NOC, what would you say is the role of an NOC in supporting the supply chain through this crisis? Have you put anything in place, or are you planning to do anything to kind of help the industry get through this difficult time?
Yeah, as I said, it's on our interest to move forward the project. So we do really support the operator, the different operator, in terms of relation between operator and the government. And also we need to be proactive and just try to discuss first with the operator and with the other JV partner, find a position, and after try to seek the support of the state to help us to go through this difficult period. I think we have been successful until now.
Good. And hoping obviously that the licensing round goes ahead and the situation improves. What are your plans? What are your hopes for the future in terms of the development of those blocks? Could you tell us a little bit more about what your expectations for the future are?
I was expecting to at least sign at least four contracts before the end of this year. But fortunately, it will not be possible. But I hope that quickly we will have companies that will submit bids and be able to sign contract by the end of Q2 2021. Because I know that we have open 12 blocks. Some of them are relinquished blocks, some of them are in the southern part, some of them are in deep. And with TGS, PGS, and GeoPartner, we have acquired good quality of 2D data and 3D data. And I think that they really show the potential that we have in the offshore, and especially in the ultra deep offshore. I'm hoping to have at least many company that will submit bid by mid-December.
Okay, and when you talk, about these new companies, are you expecting any new entrants into the basin? Are you, what are you looking for in terms of the companies that you're trying to attract to Senegal?
Yeah, it depends. We are open to companies that are already operating some license in Senegal, but also we are open to have. We really want to have other companies that came to operate in Senegal. It's we really want to have as much as company as possible.
That's good to hear. And you mentioned that some of the blocks are deep water. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk recently about the future of frontier exploration and whether companies, E&P companies, would be still keen, considering everything that's going on spending money and investing in what you would call more risky blocks. Obviously, you've talked about the potential that is proven in the basin, but do you think that the fact that some of these blocks are deep water will either be a positive because of all the potential, but also potentially a negative? How are you dealing with that?
Yeah, you're right. It's some of the blocks are really ultra deep, but I think that the other aspect is you have to. We are working on on the regulation also to see how we will adapt or give more flexibility to the company related to those deep offshore blocks. It's already in the new petroleum laws that we have issued last year, and the fiscal or economic condition over there for those deep offshore blocks are really less tight than the ones that in the shallow water or in the offshore deep. We understand that. That's why we're trying to. We have accommodated such a disposition to just attract company to go through the deep offshore block. And as you know, one of the last things that Senegal is a stable country, and we are trying to. We have Plan Senegal Emergent to try to push the economy forward. I think it's really an opportunity to have for company to come and invest in Senegal.
Right. And you mentioned regulations there. I know that there's a pending regulation regarding local content. Obviously, with a lot of travel restrictions that we've had the last few months, I was wondering how that's impacted local content in Senegal, because for some people said that the pandemic might increase local content, because obviously companies wanting to use workforce who is in country, but then there's also the issue of trainers and expats not being able to travel, and how that might delay some of the local content initiatives. How are things going in Senegal from the local content perspective?
Yeah, as you know, we have issued a local content law last year. Presently, we are finalizing the decree. They will be issued very soon. And but what we have done, we have anticipated. We do work with a company to seek. We have shared the content of those decree with the company, so they know what the state is expecting in terms of local content. It was, I think, a good idea to share with them our vision on local content and push them and work with them to anticipate, because most of the companies like BP and Woodside, they have a local content plan already working in Senegal. They have developed a local content plan using the some of the ideas that are contained in the decrees. So we have anticipated some of the stuff, and I think that they know that it's beneficial for them, especially in this time. And now we do have a lot of local content component in most of the project. Yes. Even the contractor are really developing local content plan that they submit to us, and we are really happy for that. For sure, we can improve, but I think it will come with time.
Yeah, absolutely. I think from some of the things that were presented at the MSGBC forum back in January, it sounds like there's been really exciting projects and a lot of progress over the years. So hopefully this will lead to good things.
And the good thing is also even if people cannot come to train Senegalese here, but you have the technology, you have the webinar that have the Microsoft Teams. We can. There are a lot of seminar on webinar organized by Invest in Africa, who is supporting to try to communicate a lot in terms of local content and between the company and the service company, the Senegalese service company. Yeah. They are doing a great job to try to let them know what's happening in the oil and gas industry.
Fantastic. Well, I hope that continues, and we're making the best out of webinars today. So thank you so much for joining us, even if it was only virtually. I hope that you can join us during the Digital Energy Festival. There'll be a lot of networking opportunities and meeting people, even if it is again just on camera for now. And then I very much hope that we'll be back in Senegal soon for the MSGBC Basin Summit. Thank you, Joseph.
I hope so. Thank you very much, Sam.